Health question answered for you today would be, what is core stability and why is it important? So first off, what is not core stability? So this idea that just being strong does not necessarily mean you have that core stability. On the other side, just because you're weak doesn't mean you have that either. So in the sense of this person has a six-pack or they're really ripped, there could be some core instability there, which can just mean the fact that things aren't able to move or not move as the way that they're supposed to. So why this is a big deal in the sense of any injury we have, any musculoskeletal injury is, for example, like an ankle sprain. If you sprain your ankle, you're going to walk different, and that walking then creates compensation, because if you walk a certain way, it hurts. So you walk around it. And typically what will happen is when you don't walk properly, you'll start learning that new improper way of walking, and then you create those habits of instability or compensation. So in the sense of a low back injury or any other type of injury, what will happen is you will create compensations, which will then turn into a instability potential factor. So in the sense of kind of explaining that with like a back injury and why this is a big concern, and going into that core stability ideas, with a weak core or a inefficient core, there's injuries that are like, for example, like stepping off of a curb that you didn't know was there. You get that quick jolt, and somehow you can be as strong as anything, whatever, you walk off that curb not knowing, and you're going to get this little bit of shift in the bone, and before those muscles kick in, and you have an injury off of something really small. So this is one of those, again, it's not a strength per se, but sometimes an efficiency or a firing issue that the big factor is trying to get that back. So in the sense of kind of visual, we've got, there we go. Okay. So we've got the low back here, spine. So there's different layers of muscle. So this layer coming in, it's just holding the joints and bones together. You've got another layer going along, again, connecting all the vertebrae together. And now you start to get the muscles that you feel when you're actually feeling your back. So this is an outer layer of muscle that becomes overactive when we have some of these injuries. And those deeper layers they're littler muscles, but they stabilize the spine, and so it doesn't do that shifting as much. So core stability doesn't necessarily mean that, like I said, that you're just big and strong. It's that you know how to get those little muscles to fire when they are supposed to fire. And that can be doing all sorts of different little exercises. Probably the ones that I like the most, that's just easy, good takeaway for everyone here, is asymmetrical loading. So that would be something like you're doing biceps curls, really easy exercise. I'm going to take the weight in one hand and I'm actually going to just drop it, and I'm just going to do it with one side. So my body has to stabilize side to side just to do that one thing. So that would be a core exercise. So your body's stabilizing, kind of getting this anti-movement going. Same thing with like a squat or a lunge. If I just have weight on, instead of evenly on both sides, if I just carry weight on one side and do a lunge or whatever the case, it's going to create that stability because my body has to figure out how to stay up straight. So that's one of those ways that we can create really good stability and kind of get that anti-motion built up, because the big factor with low back is it shouldn't move a ton. And we want to stabilize it in some of those positions so then we can be able to get strong movement around our torso, our core, and not get too much motion in those joints. By no means am I saying that this is just a all-encompassing kind of topic. I got this in a couple of minutes, but movement is good, but at the same time I don't want to move too much. It's kind of the takeaway. But yeah, hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, obviously core stability is a very hot topic in kind of health world, but having a solid core with good firing and efficiency is something that can decrease a lot of problems, just because if it's not working the way that it's supposed to, it's going to cause injury, whether that's now or down the road. But that can save you a whole lot of back pain. And hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm Dr. Darren Howarth with Summit to Shore Chiropractic, and we'll see you soon. Have a good day.